everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching our Friday upload of earwax removal videos today. So we've got two patients in this compilation video for you. This first patient, we've got two extremes actually. This first patient's got quite soft wax, which you can see just right at the entrance of the ear canal here. So we've got the standard size ulnar tube in there, a little bit of skin coming away there. This lighter material like this, a lot of the time there can be a little bit of dry skin embedded in this, and then sometimes you'll get to this much darker material sitting behind, which we'll show you now in a second. So we're going from one extreme to the other with these two videos today. One very wet wax, one very dry wax. So genetically very different. So earwax, you're genetically predisposed to either produce a wet wax or a dry wax. So you'll see the two different versions of this now today. So we'll see now lots of little bits all getting sucked into the machine. Obviously on top of the wetter type wax here, we've also got a little bit of olive oil in the mix because we do advise our patients to use a little bit of olive oil before they come along. And this is really helping to loosen this wax away. So you can see I'm getting a grip on the top section and rolling this wax down the ear canal. So we're trying to get it out, just working it very, very slowly. You can see the cilia here quite dense because we're working right on the outside part of the ear canal. The endoscope has to drop back a little bit to stop us from chopsticking in here, which means when the metal sort of tube of the endoscope, if you like, and the suction tube can click over the top of one another. So that's called chopsticking. So we have to sit just a little bit further back. I, personal preference, like to stay quite close to the tools. I know a lot of the other endoscopic guys, they may sit a little bit further back. It's just personal preference, really. But we're just trying to get this a little bit down. A lot of the time with these very soft and sticky waxes, you'll get them to the outer part of the ear canal and they just don't want to budge past that point, which is why you always hear me say, oh, Jobson horn comes in to save the day. It just helps to pull it through that gap. Suction will hold onto it with a certain amount of power, but then you are going to struggle sometimes to get it through. That's kind of what's happening here at the moment. It's moving, but it's just sticking in places. And I think, oh, maybe. I did this at the beginning part of the week and I can't quite remember why I did this. Ah, there we are. Jobson horn comes in to save the day. Lovely little gap over the top. You can see that squelchy kind of wax sitting behind there in this harder plug. So just drawing this forwards, out it comes. There we go. A little bit of a tail attached to it there, just coming away as well. I've slowed this down so you guys can see it coming out. There we go. I'm trying to remember to show you it as it comes out of the ear. I get so excited sometimes, but I've got it out. And I do forget that sometimes I need to show you guys what I've actually got out as well. So you can see there's a little bit of wax just stuck here to this left-hand canal wall. Let's tidy that up. And there's a little bit further in. There we go. Patient jumped a little bit there when they heard that begin sucked in. The eardrum there looking lovely and healthy. Good light reflex there as well. So all looking absolutely fab on that one. And this is what we removed. So this is the plug. Now, obviously, some of this will have got sucked into the machine earlier. So we got, have I done 2 sets of inches there? Yeah. You can tell it's busy at work at the moment, guys. My brain is slightly fried. Yes, so we've done, that's definitely 1/2 inch on both rulers. There you go. So this is the second patient, the compilation video. Oh my gosh. This one, other end, other extreme, very, very dry wax here. Lots of dry skin, dry wax. So this patient has to come through. We normally see this patient about, at the longest it will be about every 6 months, thereabouts. Just because when this wax is migrating out to the ear canal, it gets this outer section, but it's got so dry by that point, it's firmly, as you can see, stuck to that ear canal. It tends to stick around a little bits of dry skin as well. So we're just going to hold on to this, trying to give it a bit of a wiggle. You can see how, I'm wiggling my socks off here with this one, but it's just not budging. It's not really coming away from the canal wall particularly well. Let's go in now with the Jobson horn. Sneak over the top. As we pull this down, you'll see why in a second. It's attached that piece of dry skin that's going around the back end. You can just see the top just above the Jobson horn there. So as we pull this down, there we are. You missed it. There's a little tail attached to the back end, which was carrying on further into the ear canal. So there we are. You can see that base section. There we go. This is the tail I was talking about. Well, this is actually a long piece of dry skin. It looks a bit like, I know you guys love food analogies, a cornflake. Or a crunchy nut cornflake, but you can see it gets this, it's very hard, very thin layer that's coming away. I hope no one's watching this while having breakfast, especially cornflakes. So you can see we're just going in. We've loosened it from the canal wall. Let's use the crocodile forceps here. Just snuck off the edge of it. Just clamp a little bit further on. Good grip here. As we pull, you'll see what I mean about cornflake now, but as we pull this away, look how that comes away. Long piece of dry skin that's been resting on the base of that canal. So this particular patient, this is quite common for them. They tend to get these kind of layers of wax or these segments of wax that work all the way down the ear canal, some high, some low. And that's what we've got here now is another piece of dry skin. Let's see if we can clamp onto that one. There we go. See that up and down movement, that little wiggle movement. Don't forget we're detaching the skin from the canal wall. So the up and down movement just helps to detach, pull, detach, pull, detach, pull all the way along. It just helps to get it out the ear canal. It's a lot more pleasant as well for the patient if you're doing it in little gentle movements. There's a little bit of dry wax deeper in. You'll just see the top of it here. So I'm just going to sneak up. I'm looking up to see it. I'll just sneak it over the top to grab this bit. There we go. Out that comes. Lovely. All the way out the ear canal. There we go. And then we'll take a look behind that. Now we'll just see these couple of little flakes of dry skin here. It's got this very honey color to it. So we'll just take that a little bit away there. And there's one last bit to come away, which is this top section here. See how it peels down the canal wall? See how that's going all the way down there? And this is quite common for this patient. It's very, very dry in this patient's ear canals, which is, we said earlier about this sort of genetic predisposition for wet or dry wax. You can see why this wax is very, very dry. Let's get a good clamp on here. There we go. You can see how that detaches. See how it sort of slides off the canal wall, that one. Whereas if you kept pulling, it would keep going. But there's the eardrum looking lovely and healthy. You can see these little white lifts all the way around. That's the dry skin. So we've got 3 centimeters, 1¼ inches. I'm going to do it very quickly before it disappears off screen. So look a lot, and that came out of one ear as well. You can see those big pieces of dry skin. Those are the 2 pieces, well, now towards the bottom of the wax there. But yeah, really, really interesting case, that one. And you can see the difference between those 2 sets of wax is quite substantial as well. How they look very different, how you have to approach them very differently when you try to take the wax away as well. You know, using forceps is great for these harder pieces, but not so good for the small ones. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. Don't forget, we're trying to put videos out every Friday now, guys, just to make it a little bit easier for me, and so you get some consistency to our uploads as well. So we'll see you again next Friday. I'll try and edit a couple more if I can for next Friday. Maybe try and give you a bit of a longer one. We'll see how we do. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of your ears as well. And I shall see you again next Friday. All the best, guys. Take care. Bye.